Hey guys, Abner Miranda here. I'm getting ready to shoot some videos for you guys, and I'm getting set up, and the video came to mind that someone asked me quite a while ago actually. They asked me what's in my range bag. Well, I'm actually glad that I didn't show you, that I didn't do that video until now, because in the last, couple of years, yeah, probably in the last 2 years, things have dramatically changed for me as I have moved from the property where I lived, with my own range, where everything was just there for me. And now I'm really a lot more like you guys, where I have to pack to get out to the range. I've had to dramatically change how I do things, and one of the things that I had to change was I had to go from an established range bag where everything that I possibly needed to be on the range with was in one bag, and it was in a GPS bag that I bought at SHOT Show years ago. I had this dynamite range bag from GPS, and it was one of those bags that just had a place for everything. But the base bag in and of itself weighed a ton. But it served a purpose. But now that I have to pack to come out to the range, I throw everything in my vehicle. For my range bag is actually an OGO bag that was part of my Black Hills Ammunition media kit years ago, and this thing is great. It's a big duffel bag, the kind of bag that you would use to go on maybe a 2 or 3 day trip, or just a trip to the gym with all your junk in it. So the majority of what I use, like my knee pads are in here, extra ammo is in here, a container with extra hearing protection and some screws for the bases of my targets, blah blah blah, spotting scope, gloves, shooting crony, extra mag lulas for loading. On either end I've got stencils, I've got spray paint, I've got the medical kit stows in one of the side bags. I always have it sitting out when I'm actually shooting. In case I need it, I can get to it very quickly. So it just sits here on the floor of the vehicle. But my actual, what you would consider to be a range bag, is dramatically different now. It's an old school U.S. Peacekeepers sling bag that is worn like that. And the reason that I started using this is that there's a difference between a range bag and a training bag or a class bag. When you go out to training classes, you should have the things immediately with you that you need. And I don't mean like for example, I don't have tools in here. I have dedicated weapons tools in this bag. The only tool per se that I have here is this very, very tiny wrench that I bought. It's a 14mm wrench, and it's one of those ratcheting wrenches that ratchets. All you have to do is flip it over and it ratchets in the opposite direction because it's a straight cut. I don't even use that end. Every target that you see downrange runs off of this wrench, all the hardware on the back. In the side pocket I've actually got a Leatherman. This one is designed for the AR-15, but it's one of those tools that just does everything. The reason I keep this around is every once in a while those targets will end up getting bullet fragments stuck in the side, and it would be nice to just kind of pull the bullet fragments out, because bullet fragments will open your hand. They will open your hand like a scalpel. They're so tiny and they're so sharp that you don't even really realize that they're there until you begin to sting and realize, oh crap, I just cut myself. And then in the front, where you would normally have M4 mags, I have a pair of clear shooting glasses because I do night training as well. And then I have, oh yeah, gotta have that, especially in an environment like this. And then I've got a tourniquet because, life happens. And then in the main compartment, you can tell just by how I'm bouncing this, there's a fair amount of heft to this bag. In this main compartment, I've got my Hearing Pro wrapped in a head buff. I'm very careful with my Hearing Pro because I had it rebuilt recently and I really don't want to jack it up anymore. So I really have taken care to treat this very well. The guys at SRS Tactical did a superb job of rebuilding it. In fact, they actually built it better than new. And I mean truly better than new. The lines that they used are much better armored than the original lines used by MSA. they were able to preserve the leather wrap. The leather wrapped ones are really my favorites. And then I replaced the silicone cups with a new kit. But overall, they did a much nicer job than the factory actually did on these. All right, so in this pocket I've just got the mags that I run off of. I have a set of dedicated training mags that are all marked with T1C. So as you guys know, I carry two 21 rounders, one on either side, and then one goes in the Glock 19, which is still in the vehicle at the moment. And then if I'm just out here training, just shooting for fun, I'm actually normally going to be wearing earbuds, or if it is just so unmercilessly hot that I really don't want to be wearing anything other than a hat, then I'll put these on. These are silicone hearing protection that are molded to my ears. And then of course you want to pre-spray them with alcohol before you pop them in to kill any bacteria that might be on them. Plain Jane, very well used microfiber cloth, band-aids for boo-boos, and the ones here in the back are the ones that are the gel type that really will stick on, because you'll cut yourself pretty bad in training sometimes. And then in the back portion I have my Maglula loader unloader assistant. This thing is a must-have. If you do any level of training past just plinking at the gun range, guys, you got to have one of these. And I tether it to my bag with blue paracord so that I don't lose it. And then I've got 100-ish, I've got an extra mag in here for my GS17. Then I've got 100-ish or so rounds of 9mm in here, and that's pretty much it. If you guys had seen my range bag initially, man, I had everything in there. I had everything in there, and the thing was horrendous to deal with. When you head out to training, this is what you have to remember. No instructor, and I mean no instructor, I've never trained anywhere where they go for more than 45 minutes at a time without giving you a break. You will never exceed 100 rounds, ever. You'll never exceed 100 rounds in a 45-minute training iteration. You just can't. There's not enough time. Well, there is. There are some places that I've been at, you could potentially blow through that much ammo in that short a period of time. Roger's range. But anyways, you're normally going to go 45 minutes, and you're going to get anywhere from like a 5-minute to a 10-minute break. And in that time, you can jam mags, you can hydrate. So my hydration actually just kind of hangs out wherever my vehicle is, or if I'm at a class, this would hang out at the tables where the food and hydration would normally have to be. So I don't even really take anything out on the line with me anymore. I just focus on training. Doing this kind of thing simplifies your life dramatically. It allows you to get out on that line, move efficiently, move far more efficiently than most anybody else, because unfortunately the mindset is more is better. And I can tell you from lots of experience, more is seldom ever better. In fact, more is just more. And more really equates to heavy. This is very light. This is very agile. So for those of you that I've asked in the past, here, ta-da, here's the video. This is my training bag. Very simple. As always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.